Hello everyone, it's Andy Glen here, welcoming you all to another Sharks TV podcast, and we've got two Sharks players that are having fantastic seasons. It's only Mason and Kell. How are you doing, guys?
Yeah, not too bad, we're good.
Yeah, all good. Thanks for having us on.
I'm kind of regretting it already because I can see the cheek in your faces already.
Oh, no, none at all. I mean, it's just like sitting in a living room together, isn't it? So
absolutely,
yeah.
And we're just going to chat rubbish as people do in the living room. But tell you what's not been rubbish this season has been your guys' form. Both of you have had real good starts to the season. How's it been from your perspective? Mason, you first.
I think it's been a big improvement on last year. You know, obviously me and Kell met last year and sort of met at Giants training camp, and then just got along like fire and ice sort of would. And I think it's helped just like us two living with each other, because like we're both quite competitive, we're both quite loud, like no one's afraid to say what's on their chest, and I think we've pushed each other along with the likes of like Lewis Young and Nolan Gardner, Olivier, guys like that have sort of pushed us, and I think it's kind of forced us to rise to the occasion, so to say. But I think it's all in good timing with like where our progression's at, and the opportunities we've had with Belfast and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like we can't be happier with how the season's going right now. Obviously we'd love some more wins in the win column, but on a personal note, I think it's definitely an improvement from last year. Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. Kell, how's your form this season? How do you feel it's been?
I think it's been pretty good. Obviously the last few weekends for myself have been a huge improvement from the start of the season. I felt like I was struggling a lot at the start of the season. Obviously I thought I was playing well and I knew I was playing well, but it just was more on the producing side of stuff. I want to be putting like assists and goals up, and it was just hard for me at the start. And then obviously the past few weekends it's just came out of nowhere, and it's been great. So it has. Obviously seeing Mason doing so well this year as well, obviously I feel like that was probably the whole reason of him coming back this year. He just wanted to prove himself to everybody, obviously. And I mean, obviously us two living together, it's great. We get along so well, and we get along on the ice, so you can see it replicating for the fans.
Well, it has been a good week for you. NIHL Player of the Week as we record this as well. That's an achievement. I think that's the first Shark to get that. I can't think of anybody else that's got it, so pretty cool.
Yeah, obviously it's great to be named in one of the Stars of the Week for the league. Obviously I'm still quite young at this point in time, and obviously I've had a really good weekend this past weekend. Obviously not to get the win on Saturday was a bit hard. It was sore on us. Obviously we were winning the full game and then to losing a shootout, but these things happen. Obviously when it comes to a shootout it can go either way realistically. And then obviously going down to Romford on the Sunday, and we were in a tight game, we were short benched. Obviously not having Mason there on Sunday, it puts an effect on the team obviously of how good of a season he's having this year. And we knew it was going to be tough, obviously travelling down there. It's a long travel, and got down there losing 1-0 at the beginning at the start of the first, and then I think we had our chances, but we done everything but score in the first and second period. And then it came to the third period, and I think it was 10 minutes or so left, and I just took my chance really, and ended up scoring. And then obviously in overtime as well, Liam Stanton actually said to me, he was like, do you want to go? And I was like, I don't see why not, like, you know what I mean, I'm sort of hot right now. So he gave me the shot. He was like to me, do you want to go? And I was like, yeah. And obviously ended up scoring with, I think it was like 9 seconds left. So obviously great pass by Nolan, and I was happy just to get the 2 points and get back down home.
It was pretty good. Mason was injured, as you said, from that game against Telford. You took a knee. We'll ask about that in a minute. But you were actually beside us in the watch party, watching your roommate score 2 goals. What was that like?
It was wicked. It was wicked. Much to the fans' surprise, they probably thought it was Nolan, and everyone was like sort of quiet, but I could tell it was Kell when Kell took the shot coming down the wing. Something he tries in practice, so when you get that chance in a game, everyone's sort of thinking, high percentage shot, but like shoot. So I'm happy the boy went for it, and it was a cracking goal. And then the last one, just right place, right time, shows how smart he is as a hockey player. And Nolan, Dunny, those guys will put it on a plate for you, so you just have to finish his dinner. And there you go.
Well, it was pretty good, and it was pretty noisy, and here as well. And to be fair, the stream wasn't the best stream, so it was pretty difficult to see who was there. It was just there. But We were fairly sure it was you at the end, and the place went nuts, and it was great. And I guess the road home probably wasn't as long as the road down after a win.
Nah, definitely not. Obviously, on the way down, majority of the boys were sleeping. We left quite early. I think it was like 7:30 we left, so it was tough. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, playing the game the night before, and it's went the full way to penalty shootout. Yeah. It's an extra sort of 5-10 minutes. So, but the bus home was great. Obviously, I feel like them buses back, and when you're obviously the 4-point weekend, that was we needed that, and I knew the first one was going to be a greasy one, especially the first 4-point weekend, and then obviously to miss out on the Saturday and then get the 2 points and then come home with sort of a 3-point weekend it nearly felt like a 4-point weekend, but it was great. Obviously, bus home, having a few beers with the boys and just enjoying ourselves really, and I think that's what it's all about really.
And that's what you're going to say about the bus home, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all I can say right now. Anyway,
I'm not going to push you. The Saturday game against Telford was an interesting one because we were never behind in the game. A freak goal at the end of the first, off the post and hit Scott Henderson's skate and kind of went in, and we looked like we had it under control, and we looked like we were gonna win it, and with just a couple of minutes left, they managed to squeak that equaliser. Did it feel like a point dropped as such, or was it just one of those ones where we got a bonus point against a team that was on fire? I mean, that was 5 wins in a row for them.
I don't know. It's hard, in the moment. I felt like we didn't get a point out of it at all, and it's hard to say because as I said, we were ahead the full game, and then obviously for them to get the last goal in the last couple of minutes, and then went into overtime and shootout. And Martin actually said to us that he felt like we nearly tried to score too much in overtime, and we were putting so much pressure on that we were forgetting about everything else. And obviously that's the main aim, but then that's probably what, I don't know, led us into the shootout. Whereas when we were looking back on how Telford played in overtime, they were playing quite conservative, and if they didn't have an option to go and take the puck forward, they were taking it back and resetting. And it's just the small things really, but obviously when you look at it as an overall weekend, we'll 100% take the point, you know what I mean, because in the long run you never know where it's going to put us in the table. So I mean, it's hard, but you sort of just have to move on from it and forget about it and move on to the next weekend, really.
I didn't realise that Nolan Gardner skates with your man Eric Henderson in the off-season. Did you guys know that?
There was something. I thought they were just like friends from when they were younger. And they
maybe, but they still skate.
I think what he said to us was that they knew each other. They might have played when they were younger or something together, and then I don't know if they skate over the summers or something, but they're quite friendly, obviously. And we had a pre-game meeting before it, and Martin asked Nolan did he know anything about Eric, and he was like, not to be honest with you, I don't really know much about him because I only played him a load of years back, so we didn't know what. Obviously they're 2 great signings that they've brought in.
They look good, didn't they?
And it's improved them a lot compared to what we've seen at the start of the season, so fair play to them.
And in that game you scored a really, really nice goal. Torn Anderson down the right, played it into you. You still had a finish it. It was a real good goal.
It was a hope play, but
yeah,
hopefully it went in, and it did. So
was that before or after you banged your knee though?
I
think it was after.
I was after. I think both of them might have been after.
So what happened with the injury then?
Just same again. Just actually this time it wasn't even an open play. Like a whistle had gone, and I'm busy trying to protect Marzi as you do, and someone's just come in to sort of barge me out of the way whilst I'm barging their mate out of the way, and just hyperextends it a little bit. But it's nothing I haven't dealt with. So I sort of know the plan of action.
You skating this weekend?
As of right now, it's a bit too early to tell. But yeah, I don't know. Can only just hope and let the days go by and just keep the same with the rehab and stuff like that. But
you will have been sorry to miss that game down in Romford because obviously you know a lot of these guys down in Romford.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it might even help if I'm not playing because they're not worrying about me as much, so it gives the boys an opportunity to just go out and smash them. Yeah, I don't know. My family was there in strengths. I had a couple of schoolmates there. my boy Owen, and then obviously my mum and dad and some family members went.
Did you want to tell them you weren't coming down in the bus?
I was hating that because like I spoke to Hazel obviously the morning of and tried to convince myself that I could sort of play, and she's like, nah, she's like, you gotta get yourself to hospital, and I was like, all right, sounds good. But yeah, no, apparently I don't know, Kell might be able to tell you a little bit more on that, but
there's a story here, Kell, spill.
So obviously Mason's got quite a lot of family that obviously from London and live in the London area, and Mason will say himself that even though he never played in Romford and juniors, it's sort of like a homecoming for him, really. And obviously his mum and dad and that were there and got the game done in overtime. And Mason, the big man, Mason's dad, Brian, came in the change room after the game, and he was just shouting and screaming. He was just... I couldn't even tell you what he said, but he was just getting the boys going, and we were loving it. So he was, and honestly, if I could tell you the words that came out of his mouth, it was unbelievable. So I'll just say that.
Right. So you didn't understand Brian when he was shouting and giving it
no, they understood him.
It's just you can't repeat the words. Is that right? Okay.
We understood him loud and clear, but just can't say it on camera right now.
Well, shout out to Brian. We know you watch all the streams. We all know you watch the podcast as well. Thanks for watching, and I hope you've liked, shared and subscribed to this channel, because I've got a wee bit of stats for you guys. You're maybe not particularly interested, but 60% of people who watch the podcast haven't subscribed to the channel. So get subscribed to the people. That's poor.
Out of order. Yeah,
that is poor, isn't it? You've got to pay a tax to watch these things.
Exactly.
And the tax is subscribing, right?
Whether you're a Sharks fan or not, hit the like, comment, subscribe.
Absolutely.
You already know my channel. I mean the Sharks channel.
And we need to be able to get that, because there's going to be a Christmas quiz, and you know the stars of the last Christmas quiz. You know who they were, weren't they?
Come on.
It wasn't you two, no.
Whoa,
you were another.
Whoa, hold on tight.
No, you guys were great. Are you coming back to the Christmas quiz? Is Younger put you back in his team, or has he bumped you for somebody that's, got more intelligence, is what I'm basically saying?
I don't know. He might be raging at Kell because Kell bust a pipe in his house in his home renovations.
What have you done?
He's just doubting me now, so he is.
Yes.
I was working with Lewis's dad on Wednesday and Thursday, just helping him out at their house, and he was just putting tiling down in their living room, and we were putting we ripped all the floor up, and we were putting a plywood down to go over there, because they've got underfloor heating, so they do, in their living room.
I'm sensing they did have underfloor heating.
Aye, well, I was putting it all down, got the last bit of board, putting the last few screws in, put a screw in, and it just, because the joints, you can feel it when it goes into the joint below, and I didn't feel it going in, and I didn't think anything of it at the time, because it was the last one, and I was just like,
job's finished, I'm away.
Nah, yeah, well, sort of, yeah, but
so you thought.
So I thought, and I just stood up and I looked at my work trousers, and I was like, why are my knees wet? There's nothing.
No.
I said to Lewis's dad, Stephen, I was like, I think I've hit something here, and he was like, for goodness sake. So I'll
bet you that's what he said. Did he use some Brian Beadolf words?
And he took the screw out, and I actually put 2 screws in it, but one of the screws missed the pipe, so the first one came out and it wasn't too bad. I was like, right, hopefully the second one's like this. Took the second one out, bang, hit all the water, hit the top of the ceiling, all over his face, absolutely drenched. I felt so bad.
A new fountain for them.
I felt so bad, so I did, but we ended up getting it fixed, and Mason came up the next day to Lewis's house, and we tiled the rest of the house, so it was good. We enjoyed ourselves, we had a good laugh, and Steve,
at your expense.
At my expense, but it was good. Stephen's good to us, and he lets us just get on with whatever, so we enjoy it. So
that's good. So if you want some work done in your house, maybe the guys might help. You've learned from your mistakes. That surely never happen again.
No, definitely not. That's what I mean. So if anybody needs anything done, you know what I mean, like tiling,
windows,
cleaning windows, we can cut grass,
anything to do with your home. If it's got home base connected to it, then it's home for Mason, home for Kell. Come on.
Dear. Right, that's the commercial. It's like the charity shows when you've got a book to sell, isn't it? Right, let's get back to hockey.
Yeah.
As I say, it has been a real good season for you two individually. I'm going to ask you, Mason, what's been your favourite goal that you've scored this season? Because you've scored some real good ones.
Bro.
Kell, you can have a think about your favourite Mace goal.
Aye.
Because we know what your favourite goal's going to be. It's going to be an overtime winner in Romford, surely.
I've only scored 3 this year, so it's
well, you've got a choice. You can come up with yours in a minute. Right, Mason, favourite goal?
I'll be honest, because it's all a blur. I don't really remember them like that, but I'm gonna have to say favourite goal. It's probably got to be the coast to coast one that was quite nonchalant against Swindon. I think that was that was the epitome of me and a long tired shift and not wanting the puck.
Yeah, you were just about to go off, as I remember, and you got the puck.
Yeah,
and you just went for it.
Yeah, no, I think that goal. Yeah, that was a work of art, to be honest. I think
that was a good goal.
Yeah,
and it did get mentions and goal of the week and all the rest of it, didn't it?
Yeah. Give that fair play.
What's your favourite Mason goal?
I was gonna say that one, but
you can say that one.
Yeah, well, I'll say that one. I've sort of got 2, but I'll say that one. Obviously, like he said, he was actually going off for a change.
Yep.
And I knew he was pissed off as well because he was shouting at the bench for a change. And someone, I don't even know who passed you the puck.
Joe, just give it to me in my feet, man. Shout out to Joe. That was a world class pass.
That was an absolute muffin. Muffin to the bench, and somehow Mace has picked it up and went coast to coast, and then ended up scoring and doing a backflip with it as well. So
yeah, my hips still sore.
But that would be probably my favourite for him at the moment. Obviously, he scored some nice goals as well. Scored a nice one down in Hull the other weekend on the power play. Yep. When Gorgie passed it back to you, that was good. Yeah. Obviously, I enjoy the well worked goals. I think that's, even though there might be backdoor tap ins, it's the ones that take about 5-10 passes to get to.
They look beautiful, though,
yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? And then obviously you've got the goals that he scored against Swindon, went coast to coast. You don't very rarely get to see that often from a player, and obviously getting to this level now that
not this level,
you know what I mean, getting past so many players, and he's a big boy, so it'll take quite a few people to shut him down.
Well, you say he's a big boy, and I'm going to be a bit cheeky because you look so much fitter this year than you did last year.
Yeah,
do you feel that yourself?
Yeah, no, I can tell you the answer for that completely. It's diet and training. Been in the gym probably 100 times more at this point of the season than I did last season. And nutrition wise, you can ask Kell, other than I'd say a Sunday night coming back from a game, takeaways aren't really my option, whereas last year takeaways were my best friend. So
yeah, I know we talked about pizza crunchies and others when you signed.
How many pizza crunchies have I had this year, bro?
I think we had one the first weekend we came over when we moved back into our house, and that's been the only one we've had.
That's it.
I noticed something because I kind of overheard. We know that Owen Ray is baking loads of lovely stuff.
That guy's my kryptonite.
And he offered you stuff at the end of a game two weeks ago, and you'd asked him what exactly is in this because you were watching your diet. And I kind of thought that's real professionalism, real dedication. So well done.
It's I feel like it's made the difference. It's made the difference just in my home life, in work, so to say, at the rink. Me personally, I think I'm better off for it, nutrition wise. But no, it's in my head it's crazy. I think I've lost at this point around 14 kilograms, something like that. So thinking about that now, I would have to go carry basically a 15 kg dumbbell around, and it's wow, can't believe that. No wonder why I feel quicker, no wonder I can do more, I can play more minutes. So hopefully don't want to get too low for my sort of size, so to say, but just find that area where I'm feeling like my peak, performance wise and health wise. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep cracking away at that.
That's really good.
Yeah,
good. Right, back to Kell. Your favourite goal? You've got 3 to choose from.
I'll say 2. Obviously, the first one being the overtime winner on the weekend. I don't think there's any better feeling on it. Like Mason will probably say the same. Obviously, when he scored the winning penalty shootout against Leeds last year.
That was nice.
Obviously, it was great. Like I said earlier, great to get the goals, both the goals, and great to get the 2 points as well, which is the main thing. And then I'll probably say the one on the penalty kill, my first goal at the start of the year, that Callum Boyd took on a breakaway.
Yeah, against
that
Leeds.
No, Telford.
Telford.
I was gonna
Telford at home. So it was a great work goal by him. He pretty much done all the work. I had it on it. Just had to score at the end of the day. So, but it was probably between them two.
Well, this weekend it's double header against Milton Keynes, away first and then home. And I don't know. I really enjoyed the Milton Keynes games. I really enjoyed them last season. So I'm kind of we're on a bit of form. And Milton Keynes top of the league. Is there a chance that they're going to be thinking this should be easy for us? If they take us lightly, I've got a funny feeling.
I say this the same to everyone. Like I feel like we can. Even last year, we competed so well against top teams, so we did, and we obviously struggled against teams around us. That was our problem last year, and I wouldn't say it's the same this year. But I feel like I said this to one of the boys the other week. I can't remember who I was speaking to, but I feel like people are coming into the Shark Tank now, and we're playing so well at home that it's like it's nearly hard to get beat against us at home. Like our home form's been great this year, so it has, and I feel like obviously trying to string away wins together as well is the main aim, because you need to play well on both ends of the puck. So obviously I feel like this weekend going against MK, top of the league, you know, they've got a lot of top talent in their team. Well, majority of their players are all top talent. So no, I think it'll be a good weekend, and it'll be a testament to see where we lie in the league. And I mean, watched Liam's podcast the other day, and our main aim from now until the end of the season is try and get 2 points every weekend, and if not, it'll probably put us higher up in the table for a playoff spot. Obviously we don't want to sit in the 8th for the whole year, you know 100%. What I mean, because it's like squeaky bum time at that point, because
it's too stressful.
We don't need it at all. So I mean, like once we start moving up into the 7-6s, I feel like we'll get really comfortable within the group as well, and it'll be a good weekend this weekend, so I can't wait for it.
Hope so, but I mean, we're talking about home form. They've got an amazing home record. I mean, they think they've just been beaten once in like 28 games at home in the league. It's crazy. So they've got a real good barn to go to, but we've been close there in the past, and you know, I think we've got a wee chance. Right, take the 5th. Don't let's not jinx it. Just don't say it. Let's just see where we go. Yeah. Let your hockey do the talking. Yeah. Now, both of you also play for Belfast. How's that been going this year?
Obviously pre-season, went home for pre-season in the summer. The both of us met up with Mason. Obviously he was away, spent some time in the summer in America, and it was good to see him again, and then good to see all the Belfast boys again as well, and it was great. I thought I'd done really well in the camp. We played like an inter-squad game as well in front of the fans, and I thought I played really well. I scored a goal and I scored a penalty shot goal as well, so I thought I played pretty well. And then I had a meeting. We had all the two ways have a meeting sort of before they head away to their own teams, and just to explain what he's expecting of us this year, and when we get called up to just take our chance really. And we obviously came back over here for pre-season games, and then I think it was the weekend we had the Caps in pre-season. Yep. Me and Mason went back and played against one of the U Sports teams, against the Giants, and both of us played really well, and it's just taking your chance at the end of the day really, so it is. And then I got called up, I think it was a few weeks after that, against Fife or it was the week after, wasn't it?
The week after,
yeah, it was the week after. It was the week I was on commentary because I got hit from behind in a pre-season game, but we'll not talk about that. I got called up the next day to play for the Giants, and I couldn't play, obviously, because I got knocked out. So it was a bit disheartening. So it was, obviously, because I want to play as much as I can for them. And then I think I got called up one more time after that against the Devils at home. Didn't really get much ice time, but obviously it was nice being home and seeing mum and dad and that. But I feel like any time I get called up and I get given a chance, I feel like I'm going to take it with open arms. So I feel like I've got a lot to prove to the Giants this year, especially after having a decent season last year. Obviously just finding my feet last year as well within the World Championships. I think it turned it around for me as well. So I feel like any chance that I get given, I think that I'm going to do well in it. So
well, you know that Adam's going to be looking at what you guys do week in, week out, and being an IHL player of the week, getting the 2 goals, folk raving about you. You know he's going to be paying attention to that. How's it been for you, Mason?
I think it's been pretty good. I've had quite a few opportunities, luckily enough, to sort of play when asked this year. I think I missed out on 2 games, just sort of when I've been injured and stuff like that. But you know, like Kell said, like you have to take the opportunity with sort of open arms, and you know you're not guaranteed to play the role that we play here. We know that we're not going to be called upon in key moments that we're called upon in this league and in this environment. But at the same time, like, I feel like you're so ready and so prepared for that, because it is what you do on your average week. Yeah. That like when you are there, it's easy to take the opportunities in front of you. And sorry, like obviously the caliber of players that you're playing with as well, like it makes the game easier. It generally does. You feel like every shift you're on, whether you're first, fourth, extra forward, it feels like you're on a power play line with John Dunbar, Olivier Arsenal, and Nolan Gardner. Like everybody is on the same page, so it makes it really easy to play. And like I've had some games where I think I've played 8 minutes, and then I've had some games where I've maybe only got like 4. But for me, it's just about like getting out there, doing what's asked of me, being an energy guy, sort of playing fearless. And I think for me at the moment, it's having some of the confidence that I have in this league and like taking it into there, like trying to take guys on, maybe not just looking for the open pass. Every time I'm there, I'm trying to get 1 or 2 shots a game if possible. But just try and be an even player, try and make stuff happen, and sort of prove and show that we're capable of playing in that league and taking a regular spot.
Well, it's always good to Sharks fans watching any two-way players do well at their other club as such, and we wish you all the best for that. And if you keep doing what you're doing for the Sharks, you know that the opportunities are going to come, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, just the main aim is to play well here, and then I feel like if you're playing well here, you're going to get your chance, you know what 100%. I mean? So you just need to take your chance when you get it, really. And like, I'll use Max Stewart for an example. Like, he's really hot right now for MK, so he's their top, I want to say, second top point scorer. He's probably one of the top point scorer like for a British kid in the league, and he's getting given a chance to go and play with the Giants, and he's doing a job, and he scored in pre-season as well. And I think it was the other week there he was playing on the third line, so like, and he's playing 10-12 minutes a night, so respect to him. I've grew up with him my whole life, and I think it's just good as well, because obviously Mason's quite close with him now, and we enjoy seeing our mates doing well. Obviously you want to be in that position, but it's your best. It's my best mate at the end of the day, and I'm really happy for him.
You're still quite pally with Stuart, Hamels, the whole pretty much.
Yeah. So they're coming down on Sunday, so they're staying with me on Sunday. So we'll probably go out for a few drinks after. Obviously, I haven't seen them in a while, so it'll be good to see them and just catch up with them, really. So, but
okay, you've been warned, Dumfries.
Just no one come out on a Sunday. No one go out.
Right, we're getting to the end. I've been thinking about trying to get a good question for the two of you for this podcast, specifically for you, because you're such good friends. So the question's going to be, and I'll give you a little time to think about it, is I'm going to ask you each what the other person is brilliant at on the ice? You know, what is it that you really admire about the other person's hockey? All right. So while you're doing that, I just want to say thanks to everybody for joining us on the podcast today. I've given the guys a little time to have a little think about this. We'll see what they're going to say. But also, what I would like you at home to do is to write the positive comments about both players. What, as fans, do you love to see Mason do, or what do you love to see Kell do in a game? So a bit of interaction, and just let us know what they are valued for by you as fans. But let's see what they value each other as players and as friends. So, Kell, you want to go first? You want to tell us what you really admire about Mason?
No, obviously he's a great hockey player. I feel like I was saying this to someone the other day as well. It was on another podcast, so it was. And
there are no other podcasts, Kell. There's only one. It's this one. Come on.
I know. But I just feel like he's such an all-round player. You know what I mean? And I can't put it down to one thing, but I feel like it's just his confidence on the puck and his poise on the puck to make plays. And obviously, you know, he's a heavy player, and I feel like he can play in any type of scenario in the game. You know what I mean? He can kill penalties and can score goals for you as well. And I feel like that's a player that every team wants, is a Mason. You know what I mean?
Quite a confident player. Yeah. Does he inspire confidence in others?
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, he'll come off and he'll be like, "Oh, great pass," or if he wants something else, he'll let you know. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I like about him, because you can talk to him about stuff as well. And just an all-round great player, really. And like I said, every team would want a Mason in their team, because he can score, he can block shots, he can fight, and he can absolutely wreck people as well. So what else would you want?
It's a good answer. I like it.
Appreciate
now
it,
you've
bro.
got to follow that, Mason.
Oh, Kell Beattie. Other than that, I'm like completely and utterly jealous of the fact that he has youth on his side and can move his feet the way he moves his feet.
He can move.
It's
He's
him,
got wheels,
it's Boydie, it's Liam Stenton. Just, if I could still move like that, it'd make everything so much easier. But for Kell, I'd have to say, you know, and it's something that I think we've seen as a strength of his in, you know, this past gone weekend and in other games, and that he's finding in himself. It's, you know, we like to call it an aura, we like to call it a swagger, we like to call it a confidence.
Yeah.
But it's almost like the nonchalantness of, like, when Kell gets the puck, steps out behind the back of the net and doesn't make that pass to the wingers. I'm almost like, yeah, go on, bro. Like, don't make it. Go for a skate. Go for a skate. Because you see your Oliviers, you see your Liam Stentons, and, you know, they get rewarded for it. That's why, you know, they're two of probably the highest scoring defensemen in the league at the minute, because they take their chances. And I feel like he doesn't realise what his upside is, but it's also a beautiful thing that he doesn't realise, because, you know, the world's kind of his oyster at the same time. But I think that, best part about his game is when he plays carefree and when he plays fearless, because then nobody can really stop him. You're not going to keep up with him, for one.
And he's got some shot on him, hasn't he?
For two, you don't know where that shot's going or where it's coming from. But if it's on the net, there's a good chance it's going in. And then for three, Broski likes to have a little scrap, because, you know, as we've seen, he likes to go with the big boys and can do a job for you, innit? So,
I need to come clean here, because I was speaking to your mum on Messenger, right? And she hadn't seen that you'd been in the fight.
Nah, I didn't show her.
So, no, I know you didn't. I showed her. So I sent her the link and said, "Here's Kell." And I tell you what, you took one of their top men out the game for 5 minutes, and you probably had a big impact in that game. It was a good time to have a fight. And she wrote back. She said, "Andy, Kell's never hit anybody in his life, not even his brother." Sent her the video and said, "Well, he has now." So there, you can apologise to your mum for having a fight. So he's starting to drop the gloves now as well.
Yeah.
Those were really nice answers. Well done. And we totally value you guys as players. Let's see what the fans put down as what they love to see on Kell and Mason. But now you got a chance to message the fans. It's over to you. Mason, do you want to go first and say a message to the fans?
to our loyal Shark Tank supporters, I just want to say thanks for staying with us, you know, throughout the season and until now. It seems like we're heating up at the moment. You know, we're gonna have our ups and our downs, but we're gonna keep it up for the now, and you know, keep those fins coming to the Shark Tank in numbers, and we'll keep putting on class performances. I just want to say up the pucks. Shout out to Kell Beattie's family.
Just like Mason said, I just want to say thank you. Obviously, we went through a bit of a rough patch there, and obviously putting a few wins together now, and just want to say thank you for the continued support every weekend. And you know, it's growing and growing each week, so it is. And also a thank you to the fans that come to away games, you know what I mean. And obviously when we don't win, sometimes it's a bit hard and we look like we don't even want to look at you, but we're just a bit annoyed about the game. But we do really appreciate you come to the games. So if you haven't bought your tickets already for this Sunday, make sure you buy your tickets, and up the pucks.
Well, thank you guys for coming along, and thank you for saying thanks to the Shark fans who travel away, because Shark fans spend thousands and thousands of pounds following you guys, and they love what they do, and it's great that they're appreciated too. But thank you so much for coming in today, and you are going to come back for the quiz if Younger gets you in his team.
Yeah.
So we'll see you again on screen in the next month or so. But this is Andy Glen saying cheerio, and thanks to everyone at home.